Hello, friends.
Hello. What time is it? Oh, it is 12. Okay, we're on time.
As it turns out. Welcome back to Twitch Tuesdays at
12.
Got you.
12. It's still an alliteration.
It is.
Works.
No, yeah. It's much better than saying noon.
I realized that when I was like, oh no. I started typing it.
Hey there, Star Wolf. Yeah, well, welcome everyone to another exciting edition of Play Your Faves. Wait, what's the series? I always forget the series names. I'm really bad at that.
Games that got us into gaming.
There it is. Oh man, we're so good with alliteration. I do like that we're on top of that.
It's one of my favorite things. I was watching Jeopardy last night. There was an alliterative category, and I was like,
wait, what was the category called?
It was a little alliteration. Yes.
That's amazing. Yeah, super on board with that.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's always fun. Like, just doing all that. You know, another thing that I can't get over right now in terms of small talk.
That was a really good segue.
I know, right? Is part of the reason why I did that, I'm so cold. Still. I'm wearing a jacket inside.
It is cold.
My feet are freezing.
They need to fix the heaters. We don't have, the heaters are broken. So.
Oh, that's why?
Yeah, well, I think they fixed they fixed one of them up front.
Yeah.
But not the ones back here.
I am just like I can't focus. It's really hard for me to focus. I'm so cold all the time.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. But yeah, welcome everyone. And
welcome all two viewers.
Like we said, this gets out of date from time to time.
No, I know, it's not accurate.
But we'll go with two viewers.
So we're gonna be playing another game.
Mm-hmm.
This was one that Dom recommended.
Yes.
This is tell us a little bit about yourself, Dom.
So, hey series. Yeah. So for me, my favorite games that I really got into. So actually, like similar to you, my mom is the one who got me started on video games.
The game we're gonna play today was my mom's all-time favorite.
Are you serious?
Like my bedtime. Like I remember in high school trying to go to sleep and hearing the and like and stuff, and I'm like, that was what I'd go to sleep to. Mom, turn down the computer.
It's funny that you had to tell your mom that and not the other way around.
Yeah, I was very backwards in my house.
So my mom got me started on like the first console we had was Sega Genesis, and then we actually got the NES afterwards, weirdly enough. But we played Sonic the Hedgehog together, that was fun, and we just played a bunch of games together, Mario, all that stuff. But then when I finally got hardcore into games, when I was like, I don't know, 7, if you can call that hardcore, that's when I finally started branching into real-time strategy games. And the first one being like a very non-traditional, is actually called Sid Meier's Gettysburg. And back in the 90s, I guess you just threw Sid Meier's name on anything he was remotely involved with. It was Sid Meier's Civilization, Sid Meier's Gettysburg,
Right.
Sid Meier's Ants. And it's like, I don't know where we're going with this now. Like, is this all one series? Like, what is this?
Right.
But it was a scenario-based, like, combat game. Like, you had troops, you could play, I think, as the Union or the Confederacy. And, like, you just fucking ran troops at each other's in Civil War.
It was
so,
a
like,
strategy game.
Yeah, it was a strategy game. But,
like Risk.
Yeah, but even less like, yeah, I guess Risk is appropriate. Like, it's just very, you think of a traditional RTS as like base building, resource management, all that stuff. This was, here are your 20 troops and go.
Oh, okay.
Good luck.
Right.
So that was cool. And so that's what really got me into it. And so fast forward another 5 or so years after that, I finally played AoE 2, Age of Empires 2 for anyone who's not with it. And obviously that game's amazing.
Right.
But I had definitely missed out on AoE 1. And AoE 2 was fun, but none of my friends at the time were playing it. So that was like middle school, junior high, and I had played it here and there, thought it was a fun game.
Mm-hmm.
But coming into high school, AoE 3 came out, and my friends and I went off the rails on it. Like, we finally all had our own gaming rigs, all this other stuff, and we finally went ham. And AoE 3 was really cool to see because you actually needed like a proper gaming rig because it was like Age of Empires before that was all 2D, and so AoE 3 finally went 3D.
See, I haven't played this one.
Oh,
like,
really?
I was all just the first. I'm pretty sure it was the first one. It could have been the second one.
Yeah.
But that was.
Do you remember if they were medieval units or like classical like Rome units?
It was the classical Rome units, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. Yeah, that's AoE 1.
Yeah, that was the one that I
never even touched that one.
On my like Windows 95.
And
yeah.
That's awesome. And you know what pisses me off? Like, I remember, like, going to the store and, like, you know, like Walmart, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
They'd always have the games all together, right? And, like, the PC game section, you just have all the new PC games and, like, the taller boxes, like, those are on the shelf. Well, by the time I was shopping around that, right? Like,
Right.
there was the value section that had the games in just, like, the little jewel case.
Yeah,
And it's like, oh, those are the older games, you know, if you want to play those. Fucking Age of Empires, man. I can remember that case like nobody's business. It was always there, and I just never touched it. I'm like, that game looks dumb. Like, I don't need to play it. And because it looked all history-based, you know, I was like, I don't need to play that.
Boring.
And, like, dude, that game was like $10 or whatever by the time I was seeing it there, man.
Can you still play it? Is it on here?
Yeah, you actually, it's not on here. So they released a definitive edition to the...
And by here we mean Steam. We're gonna We're going to be playing Age of Empires 3 on Steam.
Yeah. They released a definitive edition to the Windows Store exclusively, which I think a lot of people are slightly peeved about.
Yep.
And so, yeah, it's on the Windows Store, which you can buy directly, and it's made to work with like a modern Windows operating system, and like they even updated the graphics. And what we found out based on I think it was a Kotaku article, some article out there, like they actually showed it, like all they did is you'd think they would make it 3D, that's what they would update, but to actually update the graphics and animation, what they did is they just added more frames. And so they just make the units look like they're 3D, but they're still 2D. So it's actually pretty interesting tech that they did. Or I should say, like, you know, just trick. I don't know how much tech is involved. But yeah, anyways, yeah, so come to, in that story, I guess, yeah, like, AoE 3, man, like, those are the games, like, you think about the typical gamer kid in high school, right? Like, up late at night, doesn't go to bed, you know, Mountain Dew and orange food, you know, Cheez-Its, Cheetos. Also your mom.
No, she didn't have any of the snack stuff, but she did stay up way past her bedtime.
This is the game. We would play AoE 3 just non-stop. Like, I have sank so many hours of the game. And it bugs me out because, you know, nowadays, Steam tracks how many hours you've played.
Right.
I want to know.
You wanted to know what it was then?
Know, man.
At the height of your
like, I wanted to know so bad. So, yeah, that's really fun.
All right,
yeah,
well, let's...
Yeah, why don't you transfer me over there? Let me see if I can see. I think we just need to go to forklifting. Boop! There it is, yeah, okay. And then here we go. So we're playing...
Bye, Squirrel.
AoE 3 has the complete edition, or excuse me, Steam has the AoE 3 complete edition, and so we're going to be playing Asian Dynasty's expansion. Although, funnily enough, I'm not even going to play an Asian Dynasty, I'm going to play the Ottoman Empire.
Wait a second.
Yeah.
Does that mean my code... Do these all work on any of them?
They should, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I want a flying... There's a code for a flying tapir. In second grade, I did an entire report. My animal report was on tapirs.
Yeah.
Because I was the weird kid.
Tapirs are cool,
Didn't
though.
want jaguars or
what happened
butterflies.
to the audio? We had audio just a minute ago. Oh, we still have it. Okay. It's just very soft because I talk a lot. No, but tapirs are super fun. I agree. And they're just a fun animal. Like, very weird looking.
Yes.
Alright, let me see. Okay, game rules. Okay, custom map. No, I want large.
They are cute, especially when they're babies. They're
I'll do a
spots,
standard
right?
map because I don't want this to take like 5 hours. Okay. Oh, I forget. Isn't there a way to
And
do
then they have
standard
big
land
penises
map?
on their face.
Wait, what?
The tapirs.
I forget. Isn't there a way to do standard land map? I just want to get like a. There's a mode because I hate getting ocean.
Their
in this
penis
one.
noses, yes.
Do you people not know what a tapir is?
I like their noses.
Okay,
I don't know. I don't know this one. This is different from the original one.
No, that's fair.
Like, so it's been probably 15 years since I played, and it was the original.
I always like playing lime green. Lime green or red. Like this other person. Yeah, I just went purple. Oh, there's too much. Okay,
How are you going to tell the difference between, like, the lavender and the...
As long as they're both, I just know they're both bad. We're going to definitely play on moderate, because, I don't know. Okay. Ooh, Texas, I like this.
Texas?
Map. Yeah, this is fun now. Yeah, so obviously compared to AoE 2, we've advanced a few hundred years.
I am Quatamok.
Yeah.
Quatamok
And now
is the
we're in the
Aztec
whole
Empire.
colonial expedition thingy.
Toplayıcı. Emrin?
So I'm playing
Tamam, olur.
the Ottoman Empire, and one thing I
Haydi
really like
bakalım.
about them...
Tamam oldu.
Okay, this
Tamam
is
haydi
advanced.
evet. Tamam haydi bakalım.
Why isn't she listening? Okay, I'm worried.
Evet, doğru.
Okay, he's gonna listen to me.
Evet.
She's too independent. She's not.
You do you.
Yeah, you do you, girl. So one
Don't
thing.
listen
Oh,
to
now she.
Selam
Overlord.
toplayıcı.
Donald.
So one thing I really like about the Ottoman Empire is they automatically queue peasants. So I used to be terrible at needing I'd always forget about peasants because on this one I really like exploring. Like a big update with this are like trading posts. And trading posts are really cool, like to have they get you extra resources, they bring you in bonus XP. It's really cool.
Okay.
So I always spend a lot of time early game playing with my explorer and just finding stuff. So see, this is
That's
treasure.
what I used to do. I used to go expand them
Oh,
out
totally,
as much as possible.
You had to. That was a major strategy. So this one though, so you can get treasure. Like you see, my little icon turns to treasure there. But I had to kill these 3 cougars, and not someone who's trying to pick me up at a bar in Laguna Beach. But these, I can eventually kill them, but my hero's too weak.
Evet.
I can get him a shipment that'll give him a dog and more firepower.
Evet.
That's going to take him out.
Tamam, olur.
Oh, and that's the other thing I love about AoE 3. So AoE 3 introduced hometowns. So your hometown, home city, can send you all sorts of stuff. So for instance, I can just request 300 wood, and it's based off of getting just XP through the game. And so the more levels you gain in game, the more
credits type thing that you can basically buy shit.
Exactly. And as you advance through the ages, you get different stuff. So by age 4, I get factories and stuff like that. But yeah, prior to this, right? All this stuff is early,
just the black lung.
You should. They missed that part of the history. It's really unfortunate. All right, so we're gonna.
You got the plague.
Take this guy.
Evet. Hücum.
Let's actually check in to see what my citizens. Yep, they're doing nothing as expected.
Hazır.
I really need to build.
I
Oduncu.
think it's important that you get some flying tapirs.
We're not ready for cheat codes just yet.
Why are we even doing this?
I was what's the point? Oh my god, am I so funny?
I remember when I discovered this cheat codes.
Dude, they were the coolest. Okay, so another game really similar to AoE. Did you ever play Galactic Battlegrounds?
No.
So Galactic Battlegrounds is just Age of Empires with a Star Wars skin.
Ooh.
They didn't even
Evet.
there was no effort made to make it its own game. It was just hey look, here's Age of Empires, but seriously, here's Star Wars.
Tamam, olur.
So I remember the equivalent of the big vehicles that I liked in that game was you could spawn the Death Star.
Oh.
Just Death Stars everywhere, and that was awesome. So I really enjoyed that one a lot. I always thought that was fun. I should just start with barracks. Alright, you know what? I really want this treasure. Okay, give me your flying tapir code. Let's see what he can help me out with.
Alright.
Oh, I need to build a house. Hold on.
So it's...
I need to
Emrin.
build a house.
Yapı ustası, yapı ustası. Tamam, olur. Yapı ustası.
Okay, it's what?
WOV, so W-U-V,
Mhm.
space, W-O-O, space,
Whoa.
and then V,
Your children appear to be wandering lost in the wilderness.
2.
I will put them out of their
Whoa,
misery.
Volume 2.
Yes! Yes! Oh my gosh, this makes me so happy.
Let me send him to help out. We're gonna need him to help out my explorers here.
If I were
Evet.
a child, this would have been my
Satıcı.
#1 on my Christmas list stuffed animal. I
Satıcı.
want a
Give me the tapir, Mom.
Give me a flying tapir.
Dude, he chucks. Look at him get across the screen here. This is faster than any other
The
unit.
children will be put out of their misery.
Flying purple tapir.
Evet.
What icon
What
is
does it
that?
do?
Let's find out. Okay, we're gonna.
It's a tapir's
Evet.
face.
Yeah.
Do you hear the noises?
Yeah. What? He can't attack. He's not attacking. Oh wait, it could be because they're neutral. Hold on.
Hücum.
I'm trying to use this. He's not helping.
He doesn't even do anything. He just flies around. You can use him as a scout.
Yeah, actually, I probably can't because they probably can't attack him.
Yeah.
Let's go see
He
him.
flies around. He's like farting rainbow flying tapir. Even better.
Oh, I forgot.
Emrin?
I have to keep him in. You go back over there.
Hazır.
Okay, well they're all. Oh wait, I have other codes.
Doğru.
So I have a bear with laser eyes.
Oh, I actually remember him. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then I don't know what a lyricorn is.
Ooh. Okay,
What?
which one should we do first?
Well, okay, let's try
Selam.
the bear.
The bear. Okay, I like that idea.
Yes, it is the best
Yapı
tapir
ustası.
ever. I agree.
Hazır.
Okay,
Oduncu.
so the bear is letter O, space, Canada,
Oh my god.
space, and then 2005. Oh my!
Laser bear. Look at his. He has like a colonial hat.
And he has a Canadian cape. And he
Look at
flies.
his animation. Look at his animation. He does this Superman.
Okay, have him shoot something. See what
Yeah,
happens.
here, let me go. I'll have him go. Oh, here, I'll have him play the.
Let's see what happens with his laser eyes.
Satıcı.
This is amazing.
Evet. Evet.
Okay, he's gonna fight the cougars. Oh, he one-shots them. Oh, he didn't want.
Emrin.
You know, we laugh at Laser Bear, but
Hazır.
Laser
Tamam.
Bear,
Olur.
Canadian Laser Bear, can kill you.
Dude, he's gonna wreck us. Like, or wreck my enemies, I should say.
All right, and I really want to
Hazır.
know what the lyric horn
Yapı
is.
ustası.
Okay. Let me find. Who else can we get? Let me see what else. Let's
Get the taper and have him explore.
He's in
What
the
is
fight,
it?
Oh.
not laying around the ground.
Oh, my dog's here. Oh wait, you know what this is? Oh, okay. Oh man, that would have been a perfect game fight. All right, we're gonna get the lyric horn as part of my.
Music when he goes.
Oh, wait a minute.
Oh no, it's just the radio. It's in the
Yeah.
background. I only heard it.
Yeah.
Okay, so don't kick the pit bull.
No, that actually. Oh, is there an apostrophe?
Apostrophe in between the N and the T.
I said don't lick.
I'll take that trade.
What? Wait, what did that spawn? What did that spawn?
I don't know.
It definitely like spawned. Okay, how are they attacking? Oh, they're gonna kill it! They're gonna kill it!
He has very little.
Oh, he died.
Oh, our dead taper. Farewell.
Very well.
Okay,
Wait,
wait.
what was-
What happened to spawns a lyric?
Oh, here it is. Here it is.
What's a lyric?
We're gonna find out how strong he is in battle.
Oh, it's
He one-shotted him. And it just. But I like it. The unicorn itself isn't the one attacking. Look at my. I love my.
your squad.
And I have a random native with me. That's also fun. Okay. Oh, I got that.
Selam çiftçi.
Oh my god, why am I
Evet,
working,
çiftçi.
guys? I need food. Come on. Oh, I haven't even aged up. I'm not even aging. I'm not playing the game.
Hazır.
Taper. You gotta spawn another taper.
Okay, so you know what also is fun about this?
Also.
So in AoE, oh, apparently I didn't explore. In AoE 3, for whatever reason, the AI was obsessed with walls, and I really don't know why. Like, they just, if you built a wall, that's what they would attack first, like no question. And it's just like, so my friends and I, whenever we would just fight against the AI, we would just like build excessive, like just like cones of walls, and they would just go ham. And it's like, that's what you want to do. Yeah, so this is the other fun part. Like, so you actually get to build like natives, you know, exploit the land, and you build like native warriors. It's really neat. It's cool to have them. Ooh, what improvements do I have? Oh, am I under attack again? When am I under attack from? Oh, he got away. We're gonna go kill the enemy war chief here.
Selam.
There's also spawns Fluffy.
Emrin.
We don't know what Fluffy is, but
Hadi
Doğru. Tamam. Tamam.
Hadi.
Evet. Doğru. Tamam. Evet. Hadi bakalım.
Okay, let's see what he is.
so it's we, and then it's a heart like this.
And then fluffy, and then oops. And how many exclamation
It's
points?
well, no, it's one exclamation point and then a one, and then another exclamation point. Wait, I have to put that in right.
No, I didn't because it didn't show up in chat.
Selam.
See, this is him. Oh!
What is it?
It's like a demon chihuahua. Look at that. There's no way.
Look at how it's like the world's ugliest dog.
Yeah, what the?
Oh, that's funny.
Okay, well, let me go make him part of my squad.
Hazır.
Oh, I got another outpost. See, look, Texas is awesome. There's outposts everywhere.
Tamam. Olur.
Mosque improvements. Oh no, wait, one of these gives me like free. Yeah, there it is. Where's
Emrin?
this worker? Oh, okay. Who's doing what?
Satıcı.
You get on that.
Where are the priests? I haven't heard any Wololo.
Yeah, so I need to build. So Ottomans have a mosque.
Yes, it is famous for its sound bites.
Yapı ustası.
It is Age of Empires 3.
Evet.
This is the
Evet.
third one.
Tamam.
But
Doğru.
yeah, its sounds
Evet.
are kind of iconic now.
Oh,
that's
so
why
what
I
if
even
it's
said that.
weird-
What is this
yeah.
game? It has such a
Well,
weird
I was
sound.
actually, I love, so the Ottomans are very unique. Actually, all the peasants in the game are really unique. Like, I know all the Tiljöre. Like, here, look, I guarantee you one of the
Emrin.
Emrin.
Evet.
Selam.
Emrin.
Hold on, one of them's gonna say Tiljöre.
Hazır. Emrin.
Selam. Emrin. Selam.
Oh my god.
Hazır. Emrin. Selam.
You're making
Hazır.
shit up.
Selam. Evet.
Stop poking them. They're just.
They're not even. Like, come on.
Ew.
But I know all these sounds. These are all really fun. Like, I like them a lot. Of course they don't. Oh, God, that pisses me off.
Well, try. Where are our priests?
Here, I'm getting them. I have imams.
Whoa.
No, I have imams.
Oh, see, imams weren't in my.
Yeah, I know, because they got.
Emrin. Evet.
So the worst, arguably, for some people the worst, for some people the best. This game actually doesn't have the ability to convert units
Emrin,
through the priest
satıcı.
anymore.
Oh,
The
really?
priests just heal. They don't convert.
Evet.
Yeah,
But a
and
lot
they-
of people like that because a lot of people felt that was like a really cheap tactic for you to just like get away with like, you know, having an army of priests and then you convert the enemy army basically.
Right.
I'm actually really excited though to see how well this unit of
Misfits. Look
Yeah.
at But you don't have a flying taper.
Okay, give me the flying tapir code
Okay,
again.
the code for flying taper is, WOV,
Whoa.
space, woo.
Oh, woo, volume 2. Where'd he go? See, if it doesn't show up in chat, you know you did it right. Oh.
There he is, our flying taper.
He just is like pooping rainbows.
Hazır.
And then do you want, to
Satıcı.
complete your crew, we also have the cars, like the monster
Oh,
trucks.
See, that one I know off the top of my head. That one's tuck, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was a pain in the ass with your...
See, the one I remembered, the original, it was Cobras.
Yeah,
The Dodge Cobra. It's Dodge,
No,
right?
we upgraded. My friends would piss me off all the time. So I'll give you a spoiler alert. Look at how big. So this, oh wait, I missed that. So the monster truck runs over buildings.
Oh.
Doesn't care if they're friendly or not.
Oh, so
So-
you can screw yourself over?
Yeah, well, more specifically, you can screw your friends over who are on your team. Thanks, Travis, Brent, and Lee. Definitely not bitter about that all these years later. Let me actually age up again.
Selam. Tamam olur. Satıcı.
So there used to be a way to like tell. There's an option to know how many peasants are working on what.
Emrin,
God, what
evet.
that option is. Probably just in game settings. Oh, here are my imams.
Tamam olur.
No.
Oh
no.
shit, they're under attack. Wait, let me watch this.
No, it's not supposed to be in the game. There's like Age of Empires. Another thing it was famous for was you could find these cheat codes and
Yeah.
where you get these like totally weird things to put in the game.
Yeah.
And so we found cheat codes for this one.
Evet.
And yeah, there's the monster truck. But then this Canadian laser bear is also
He's
fantastic.
also very OP.
And the taper, the flying taper,
He's so far useless, I must say.
he does nothing but flies around. I mean, I guess he could be a scout. Yeah, 90s.
Oh look,
the
he
first
says
one came out in
look,
the 90s.
he has siege attack. Let me go attack an enemy building with him. Look, I'm gonna attack the barracks and see what happens. Is he coming? Oh yeah, look at him truck it. It says he has siege attack.
Did you
so-
see the shadow of the taper?
Yeah. So
What?
they're attacking him, but he's doing nothing.
It said he had siege attack?
Oh look, yeah, see he has 500. So he's not doing anything.
He's dying! Get him out of there!
Okay, I'll get him out of there. I'll
Save
send him
the
to my
taper.
imams. My imams will heal him. Can you look up how to use him?
Oh, did you want to spawn a hot dog cart?
I forgot. I do want to see what it does.
I
Actually.
know he takes damage, but he doesn't do any damage. I still love him though. I still love my flying taper.
I'm sure he's actually amazing.
We should maybe if we build up an army of them.
They might just
A
win.
swarm of tapers.
What is the proper grouping of tapirs? Like, you know, like
Right.
a murder of crows.
Wait, if you want to do hot dog cart. It's
Selam.
mustard, relish, and burning oil.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Yapı ustası.
Are those all 3 different words?
Yeah, or it's all mustard.
Yapı
There's no
ustası.
commas or anything.
Why isn't
So
shift working? Oh, because I'm in caps lock.
this.
Yapı ustası.
Mustard relish and burning oil. Yep, okay. Oh, hey, I finally have an army.
Okay, so tapir.
Selam.
What does the flying
Hadi bakalım.
Hadi bakalım.
bird do?
Yimirin. See,
Hadi
yeah, so
bakalım.
it's really neat because like each faction, like, and this is Asian dynasties. So like if you play Japan or China or India, they all have like similarly sounding like their type of culture, like voices, and like French, Germany, like they're all gonna sound like that. So I like this game a lot. Like there's a lot of those fun details in there that the other ones just didn't have per se.
See, melee attack, damage, 800.
Yeah. Oh, what was it? I already forgot. Mustard, relish, and
And
burning.
burning oil. So on the Age of Empires wiki,
Oh, I spawned it.
for the flying tapir,
Jesus Christ.
there you go. There's your hot dog cart.
Oh, I know what this model is. This model is actually one of the Chinese artillery pieces that they just must have textured down. I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, it says
Hazır.
flying tapir is a cheat unit in Age of Empires 3. It flies across the battlefield, leaving a rainbow-colored trail in its wake. While its stats suggest it is effective in combat, it is an effective combat
Emrin?
unit. It can't actually attack anyone.
Yeah, okay, I was right at least.
So they lied. And it can be attacked by both ranged
Hazır.
and melee units.
Selam.
When suffering damage, its
Tamam,
speed
olur.
drops temporarily.
Haydi
to 4.
bakalım. Doğru.
It also has a very small line of sight, making it ill-suited for
Yapı
scouting.
ustası.
So they
it's-
made your tapir worthless.
My worthless tapir, except he's there for morale.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. He's gonna help the troops, like maintain,
Satıcı.
you know, their
A
happiness.
group of tapirs is called a measure. Thanks, Star Wolf.
Oh, really? That's really interesting.
Get it? It's like a tape measure. Someone was having too much fun.
Oh, scientists. Oh, see, look, this has flame attack. All right, let's just charge into battle with this guy.
Do you see that tapir measure?
The measure of tapir.
Satıcı.
Measure of tapir?
It's like I just started rewatching the Lego Movie because I want to see the new one,
Mm.
and it's like Will Ferrell's character. Like, do you remember they do a lot with interacting with the real world?
I haven't seen the Lego movie.
Girl,
But I did watch What We Do in the Shadows this last
Oh,
weekend. The movie.
didn't you like
Yeah,
it?
it was hysterical.
That movie's amazing.
It was hysterical.
What We Do in the Shadow, also great. Taika Waititi, director of Thor Ragnarok.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I didn't know they got. Okay.
So, and the reason What We Do in the Shadows is relevant is because they're now doing a TV show on effects based off the movie.
Right, right.
It's in
And
the
it's
same
got,
universe.
it
It still has Jermaine, right?
has Matt Berry in it, though, who I love. There's a show called Toast of London that's his show. And he also has another one called Mark Murray.
Look at my hot dog cart.
He's fucking hysterical. Does it do anything?
See the flame? It's coming from the hot dog
flaming hot dog cart.
Hence the burning oil.
This game is weird. Yes. Well, it is when you add these weird elements to it.
The
We were
game
having
itself
fun.
is amazing. But
Yeah.
yes, this stuff we're doing is only recommended for fun.
Yeah, we're just doing the cheat codes to see how much weird stuff we can find on the
Yeah.
internet. But yeah, the original one. See, I haven't done this one, but yeah, the original one. You go through all the ages. You know, you start as hunter gatherers. You go and you basically keep gathering things and building things and building your society, and then you go up through the ages. You go to like Bronze Age.
Well, that's classical. So like it's just appropriate for each one. So like by the start of this one, right? Like there's some factions like Spain, for instance, starts off with only like melee medieval units. Like they only have swordsmen and pikemen. But then as they age, they get access to gunpowder. Whereas other more advanced civilizations for the time, such as the Ottoman Empire,
Right.
they actually have like rifles from the beginning. Same thing with the British, French, things like that. Germans even, the Germans actually just start with melee units and like, archers. But like they don't have like people with muskets right away.
Right.
So it's just dependent on which one.
He's still burning.
Yeah, he's still just, look, they're all just letting him be too. No one's attacking.
Sirius
He
says
can
that
like
it's-
literally one shot and
It's
he'll
a
die.
serious case of heartburn. That's what Sirius says. This is the hot dogs.
That was
and then we
amazing.
also have another one.
I need way more coin.
There was an ice. Well, I thought it said an ice cream cart, but this just says sponge and ice cream.
Not even a cart.
So it might. I need to know what the ice cream is.
Let's find out.
And does it do anything?
Oh.
It's just ding ding ding.
They built a fort. Oh shit! I'm gonna lose all my imams. These guys. Warrior priests. Why did I get warrior priests? I don't know where these came from.
Haydi bakalım. Tamamdır. Evet. Haydi bakalım. Evet.
Okay, what was it?
Ding, ding, ding.
That word.
Oh, it's an ice cream truck. A monster truck. All right, now it tags it with fire.
Here, no, look. Here's what's gonna happen. Oh, wait. See this fort? It's about to not be a fort.
You just run it over with an ice cream.
Yeah. Look at me kill the forest. See, this is how you win the game with this guy. So you just come in here. Boop.
And this is what makes the game not fun anymore.
Yeah, this is what ruins it.
This is why you don't really want to play with these. Well, if you actually want to play the game.
Yeah. I didn't know that one existed. That's so funny. See, this one's called the Tominator.
Did you see the Canadian bear just did a little somersault in the air?
I didn't.
He's bored.
And then there's this monster ice cream.
Look at this. Look at
game's
this band
fucking
of.
ridiculous. Okay. Alright.
Quantum
Their
has
information.
concealed
Look
its
at-
power well. Now
I
the
want this to be
victory
like a
seems
movie.
like you're doing.
A movie? How would you make a movie about an ice cream truck in colonial
Have you
times?
seen Cars? You just.
You know, that's true. I don't know what year Cars
You
takes
just,
place.
Well, you just take the cars and put them, in colonial times.
In colonial You know, same thing.
It's fine. And even
Yeah, I
better,
got cows.
even better is we don't explain it.
Oh, absolutely. It's
Like,
just
no explanation.
Are y'all working on any games at the moment?
Yes, we are.
Can we talk about them? No.
No.
Not a single damn one. I'm
No.
so sorry. Trust me, we want to tell you everything. It's why we've taken a break from some of our other stuff. It's just because we've shifted priorities. And so, kind of like the series we're doing right now is all focused on the devs we have. So you'll meet some more of us in the coming weeks. But yeah, everything we're working on right now, we cannot talk about.
But we will eventually. We're going to
Yes.
get to a point
Come on.
where we're getting some stuff ready to.
I'm sure I'll be able
To
to
talk
conquer
about
you
it
if
some
you
point.
I
may
made him
fought a
surrender
little
because I ran
longer.
over all of his bases.
But
So,
in the
until-
interest
until
of
we
saving
can.
time,
Yeah.
I
We're
hope I
going back
offer
and
to
just doing
quit
games
in your
that we've
favor.
enjoyed, games that
that
got us into
acceptable?
gaming. Like Age of Empires. Last
Yeah.
week we did Tomb Raider. And then week before that when we talked to Isaiah about QA stuff and he did Overwatch. That's his current favorite game. So we're gonna, eventually we're gonna start interviewing some more people in the studio too. So. But
Yeah.
until then, we have laser bears
Yeah.
and ice cream trucks.
Well, and in general, what is it, turning around? Like, if you like RTSs, Age of Empires is just a classic series. So, like, you should definitely check out Age of Empires. I've showed off a lot of weird stuff today. But, like, if you go back and play Age of Empires, you can see its influence in any modern-day RTS. But just in general, it's just, like, one of those games that's, like, I don't know, pivotal for gaming history. Like, this game was insane. Is insane, to be honest. Obviously.
You know what other game I'd like to play?
Do tell.
That was like one of my favorite games when I was like in probably junior high. It's Crash Bandicoot. You should play Crash Bandicoot.
I'm not gonna lie, I did not
Oh
like
my
that
God.
game for the longest time because like I just didn't like that version of platforming basically. Like I very much. That's why I guess when I hit like my RTS phase. Oh look, wait, can I kill these vultures? I can. They're just vultures. I love that I'm flanked by
Look
fucking.
at all that smog coming out of these cars.
Yeah, the black lung.
That-
As you were mentioning prior to this. Oh no, my allies, civilians are getting attacked. I'll go kill these native warriors. Wait, time out. Wait, the ice cream truck has an ability. I didn't even catch that. Look at this. It says, ice cream, we all want ice cream. Oh,
It's playing its music.
and it spawned peasants. Dude, the fucking laser bear.
Hazır.
They just spawned villagers. This game's amazing.
Because I mean, he has demand. He's created demand with his ice cream.
This
So
game is absolutely. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, give me that factories. Dude, so whenever you hit age 4, I love this. So you would build. Here's where your black lung comes in. So you can build factories, and factories just auto produce any resource.
here comes
Come on.
Industrial Revolution.
Yeah.
The beginning of the end.
Womp womp. Yeah, do you have any fun facts about the Industrial Revolution?
Do I? I won't go there.
Ali.
Oh, look, here are my native
Mia.
words. Comanche horse archer.
Mia, Mia.
Let's see what upgrades we get. Mastering the Comanche trade language means all your research items cost less time.
Did you know that time on a global or on a national scale though was only invented because of the railroad system?
I did not know that. That is an actual fun fact.
Yeah. Because before it was just you had your
Wait.
own times in like your town. It was like okay, the clock. But then we never needed to have
Yeah.
a timetable.
And I
because
remember,
it was
I take it
fun
back, I
system.
do remember hearing that. I forgot why we learned that in Texas. There's a specific reason, no, I don't remember it. It's probably just to say, because I guess we invented time zones in general.
What us as a country?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know about the rest of if the rest of the world was on time, but that wouldn't surprise me because then they adopted.
Yeah.
Adopted.
Or were we the
trains.
first ones with the iron horse?
Yes.
Here, alright, let's end this. I'm gonna just stop. He just spawned citizens. That cracked him. I still don't know where I got the warrior priests from. Heals injured units and also effective in combat. Warrior priests are extremely effective when dancing at the fire pit. Oh, this must have been when I got my native warrior thing. Okay. So native warriors, their fire pit is being killed. But normally at peacetime, you can have your civilians dance in the fire pit, and it generates. What does it generate? I forget what it generates.
Save them.
No, it's my enemy. I actually wanted to kill the fire pit, but it was just funny because they were all. Here, look, we'll just see. So this guy.
I can't stop. Like it cracks me up every time. Like historically accurate
Yeah.
over here, and then here comes the crew there in the cars,
And I lost you.
and we don't have a taper.
It's not my fault. He's useless. No wonder I don't remember him. I'm sure I spawned him once. I'm like, this is stupid.
He's not. He's for morale. He distracts people. They go, look, the taper flying.
I love my laser bear is just guarding the fire pit. He's like, no one will dance.
His movement too kills me. It's like the.
Yeah. He's like Godzilla. I'll get somewhere else. Yeah, this game's amazing. I can play this game. In fact, I just won't go back to work. I'll just sit here and play this all day. Yeah, and so that's not really good idea. Dude, I love that the ice cream truck spawns. Sorry, cow. I don't know how I killed this. Look at this, they're doing no damage. How much health does he have? 66,000. And just for perspective, the average unit, 130.
Yeah, it's gonna take a lot to
So
destroy
they're
that.
gonna be working on him for a bit. They're getting there though.
How about the bear?
The bear, let's see what the bear's at.
Oh my god!
12,000, basically. So yeah, he's gonna take a minute to go down. His eyelash animation's in. Oh, he's ready for more peasants. Lol.
Selam.
Peasants.
Hazır.
Excuse me, villagers. I just call them peasants because that's so
Emrin.
natural for me.
Hücum. Evet. Hücum.
This war is
Oh.
nearly done.
GG.
It
I
is yours.
won! What a shock. Yeah, you're right though. Like the cheats for this game are like just some of the best in all of history. Yeah. So see, this is what's really cool about this game. So in this game, like, so now because I leveled up, I have new cards. So like I can go into my home city and like pick any advancements. So this like there's new world. This is like a lot of like beginner phase stuff. So like exploration balloon, getting surgeons, or just like general resources. Military is obviously everything to like buff your troops and units. So the Hagia Sophia, these are all like improvement based. So like I can get like, you know, like a better like dock, or I can get, oh, this is actually really good. I can get it. Oh crap, I just spent my last, well, this is really good. It improves your arsenal. Oh, this is for like improvements, but like working, so like better gathering rates for food or wood or gold, stuff like that. And then there's all the ocean stuff. But I don't like playing ocean maps, just because.
Oh yeah, all the ships and stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
It's still fun.
And like you have the marshlands.
Yeah. And you know, the classic thing of like, wow, you can fit 10 war elephants, but if I put in that 11th archer, it's not gonna fit.
Nope.
Yeah. Yeah, easily one of my favorite games. But it's really cool. Like I like, you know, like look, watch me do. So it's like creating a new home city. Oh, this is always fun too. So this is pretty good about not letting you do like bad names like Mr. Penis. Oh, I have Mr. Penis, and we'll do. You know what? It's 2019. Mrs. Penis.
Thank you.
I'll say create. The text for the next name is invalid, or profane text. So fortunately, this is all saved in a completely text modifiable XML. So here's what I'll do. Oh yeah, let's
what
check
about
that.
Dick? Dick is a name.
Yeah, let me do
Like
Dick Nixon. What's another famous Dick?
Dick Tracy.
Dick Tracy. There we go. He didn't have an E in his, right? It was just Y.
I think so. Yeah.
Thanks, ensemble.
They couldn't make it a bad word because there'd be a whole bunch of dicks pissed off that their name was considered.
But see, what's cool is you actually like we switched from looking at like the Ottoman Empire area to like looking at Japan. And what's really cool is like you can, oh right, the other cities, because this is an expansion, you can't customize this. But like if I go back to Japan, or excuse me, if I go back to my Ottoman Empire city, you can actually customize like I can have like random peasants walking around, or like I can put a banner on my thing. So there's just a lot of neat stuff like that you can do.
Huh.
It was actually really neat. One of my professors in grad school, he was a professor in art. He actually worked on Ensemble. So Ensemble did AoE 1 through 3, and right now Relic, the guys who make Coming of Heroes on board, they're working on AoE 4. But for AoE 3, my professor, his name was Dave Cherry. He actually was at Ensemble for such a long time. He was on AoE 2, Age of Mythologies, and that's all 2D. So obviously AoE 3 is 3D, and they did that, of course.
I never did I always wanted to do Age of Mythologies. Like, I bought it, and then I never, like...
That game is boss. We should play that. We need to figure out how to get both of us on the stream at once playing one of those.
That'd be so
We'll
fun.
do co-op. But all that to say, right, he had done a bunch of 2D, and what they told him was like, look, you need to learn 3D or you're gone.
Right.
They're just very real with him, because like the times were literally changing.
Yeah.
Right? And so he did, and what his project ended up being is he's the one who created the home cities. But it was just cool because it was his exercise. I'm like, all right, I need to do 3D and I need to do it properly. So he created this, which I thought was awesome. Like, it's such a cool thing. I love the home cities aspect. But it's such an interesting part of development too, right? Like, I can't imagine, like, you know, I've always, ever since I started learning computer science, everything has already been 3D. I can't imagine what it must have been like doing that on both the art and engineering side of like, all right, here we go.
Right.
Like, you know, like, I wonder what the next big thing will be. And that could argue, like, maybe, like, VR or AR or something like that could potentially be it, but I don't know.
There are a lot of companies, I mean, I bet companies like that, like, I know my mom works at Disney, and so a lot of the time they will, they'll pay for your education.
That's cool.
To, like, continue or to, you know, and I would assume that especially in times like that, like, when technology is changing so rapidly, that is a benefit to the company.
Oh, totally.
Is rather than trying to find people that know this new technology and say, how about we just pay you?
Yeah.
The people we already have to learn it.
Yeah. Yeah, I completely agree. It makes a lot of sense. And, like, I think something that I find, like, really interesting about all of this, of course, is just, like, how quick it happens. Because, like, I forgot, like, you know, thinking about it back in time, I don't remember, like, oh man, this went from 2D to 3D. Like, it's just like, all of a sudden I'm like, whoa, this is different. It also could have been because as a kid,
Right.
I didn't
You're
pay
not
attention.
paying attention
Yeah.
to what that is.
Yeah, because like I think for me, right, like the most vivid jump I remember is just like going from like SNES to like PlayStation or N64. I guess it must have been N64. No, the Sega Saturn was 3D. What was the earliest 3D console? Someone look it up. What was the earliest 3D console? Like for 3D art, really. But yeah. So something else that bummed me out about AoE 4. So as we kind of talked about, right? AoE 1 was the classical era, like
Right.
Rome, all that. AoE 2 was medieval, right? Like knights, things like that. AoE 3 is obviously the colonial era, right? Lots of exploration. And so I bought the collector's edition of this, and in the back of the collector's edition, they actually had like, kind of like how the logo for this game, I wonder if I can see it somewhere. Like, so the logo for this game, you have the Roman numerals 3.
Right.
AoE 2 obviously had 2, AoE didn't even have that. But in the back of the collector's edition, they had like AoE 1 with like the Roman units, AoE
Right.
2 with like the lords, this with like the British soldier type of thing, and then they had a 4 and a 5. And 4 had like a troop in Vietnam, like as a soldier in Vietnam.
Oh.
And then 5 was just like a futuristic looking soldier with a laser beam coming out of his fucking, yeah. So it was like they clearly had a plan
Right.
for what they wanted the next 2 entries to be, but then they got shut down.
So
okay.
I was like, I don't remember these. Okay.
So I am so bitter because like they already had it like kind of like here's what
Blocked
4 and 5 are gonna be.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn it! Like they got shut down after this because I think the last thing they technically did was Halo Wars, which again also talking to that same professor, he was actually mentioning that it was gonna be their own IP. That they wanted to do an RTS, but new consoles were becoming such a big thing and more focused for the larger gaming community as a whole. Like they wanted to make an RTS that was console friendly, so they were working on that. But then Microsoft, having the relationship they did, like they said, no, make it all Halo.
Right.
Like they wanted to do their own thing and not related to AoE either, just its own like separate universe. And then like, no, you're making this Halo. They're like, okay.
And then they stopped doing this.
Yeah. Well, it's not that I don't know if they ever started production on AoE 4.
I always wanted to play though Age of Mythology. Like
Yeah.
I remember when that came out, and I was like, now I want to like go back to it.
Dude, that game is so, in fact here, that game is so dope. Like, I know I have it. Oh. Yeah. Like, so this game, so there's a Titans expansion. What's that? Yeah. Bypass launcher. I don't know. So there's the Titans expansion. Oh, actually, what time is it? I was gonna like launch.
We have like 10 minutes.
Oh, okay, perfect. So they had the Titans expansion, and the Titans expansion was awesome because, like, in the same way, you know, like the monster trucks were like really big on, like the map that we had.
Right.
They had literal Titans that would spawn, so you'd have like Anubis walking around.
Rad,
yeah,
see?
so cool.
Because I remember buying this game because I hadn't played it, the original Age of Empires in forever, and then this one came out, and I got really excited about it. I bought it, but I think my computer was just like so old it wouldn't like download onto it, and I never got to play it.
Yeah, this game is great. Oh man, thanks to Skylab, they must have been the ones that updated the UI. This looks way good. Alright, let's just get some basic. Oh, that's good. Yeah. Let's do. I don't want to. I guess sure. All right. So select major god. Who would you like to pick? Oh, they did the Chinese expansion. Son of a bitch. They're gonna have to make me spend more money.
I think we're gonna go with.
Do you want a specific? Like we can choose.
I just wanna go with Egyptian.
Okay, let's do it. So here's raw. So raw.
I don't know why I put my arm out like there was a chair here.
You were trying me. That's good. So raw. Let's see. Rain. Target anywhere to make all villagers on the map gather from farms faster. Ooh, your villagers gather the fastest. It's pretty good. And then here are the minor gods. So similar to like, so what's cool about this game, so Age of Empires, right, you age up bit by bit, right? This is, you progress via choosing different gods.
Okay.
Like different minor gods. So like your classical age is this one or this one, and they come with these benefits.
I think we should do, Bast is one of my personal favorites.
What is Bast?
That was under Raw, I think.
Oh.
Because Bast is the cat one.
Oh, you knew that. Okay, yeah.
I have
Goddess of
it.
protection. Yeah. Her improvements age villagers. Yeah. Let's see, she gets Eclipse. Targeting around the map to turn day to night, improving the attack and speed of all your myth units for a short time. Oh, and she unlocks the Sphinx.
Cool.
Yeah. And then this is... Oh,
And then, wait, who's the other one? Is that Anubis? Oh, no, on Isis.
Oh, on Isis.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then what does, who has Set? Or Set? He has Anubis and, oh, maybe Isis.
How do you say that?
Top, yeah.
Okay. I want to say...
Thought.
Okay. I was like, I want to say thought.
Yeah, no, it's Top.
Yeah, okay, yeah. You want to do Rock?
Wait. No, do Isis, because Isis has Bast and Anubis, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that one.
Well, so this is going to be a choice between.
Oh.
Let's go. Oh, well, we'll do it anyways. That way you can decide later. Random land map, sure. We'll do normal. 2-2, supremacy normal. Day night, no. Titans deep. Yes! I miss Titans. These units are inaccessible unless you have a DS unit. Well, then why did you give me this ability? I didn't even. Okay. This is really bad. This is really bad.
What does this even mean?
It's because I think one of the factions spawned as the Chinese, but since I don't have the Chinese faction, it's like, you can't do this.
What?
But I didn't pick the Chinese, like, it picked it for me. That's messed up. Okay, let's try it again. Customize opponents. Oh yeah, get... Like...
Alright.
No, here, 2v2. And we're just gonna hit go and hope that we Chinese again. No, look, they both spawn at... Why is it doing this? I guess I have to actually pick now. Custom opponents. Okay, they're gonna be... Yeah, sure. Oh no, wait, we're... Poseidon.
Crumbs.
And then what am I missing? Oh yeah, here's Loki. There we go, now we got a little bit of everyone. No, Loki's nice.
Oh, that's right.
Okay, that should be... Okay, look, now there's no Chinese units.
Jirage.
Yeah.
他有 arc.
Thank
See?
you.
There are the weird sounds again, turning around. Oh man, I can't see anything going.
Here it is.
Okay, even though they've updated the... Oh, here we go. Oh man.
Thank you.
Wait.
Yeah.
Grow in Yahweh.
Alright, Titans.
Oh yeah.
Are you
Yeah, I don't know.
prepared?
Here, look up Chico's Rage Mythology. See if I can spawn a Titan.
Jirage. Erifir.
Cheats.
Man, I forgot how to play this game. This one I haven't played in a long time.
Fear the Forge animates berry bushes? What does that mean? Like they come alive?
Wait, let me find a berry bush. I don't know if there's any on this map.
Oh,
Damn it, that would have been awesome. Yeah, I just have a bunch of caribou. I have caribou.
Finito.
God's Clash gives you
Vaya.
Osiris the god.
Is there a plastic in that?
No.
No, it went through.
Thank you. Bea.
Oh, there aren't that many good ones.
Boo!
There's one that you can transform everyone into goats. And then it says, note, your hero dies because of this.
So close.
Finito. Vaya.
Man, I am really bad at this game apparently. I don't even have enough to build a farm. Oh wait, because I need to kill the caribou. I'm such an idiot.
King
Idiot.
Witch.
Oh, we all knew that.
And
Here, wait, let me buff killing the caribou.
他有
Oh no, no,
you
no,
Erifir.
He said, why is he gonna attack the peasant? Don't attack the peasant.
Villager.
Again.
他有
Greek. Are you refer?
Oh, an obelisk. Man, there were no other good cheats.
No, like, none that spawned
English.
bullshit.
Lame.
Skips to the next scenario in the campaign.
Nope.
There's one that summons Bessie, a very powerful doggo. Reveals all the animals on the map.
Oh, that's
Makes the
nice.
water red.
Tile.
Hide map, increase game speed. Gives you the lightning storm, earthquake, meteor, and tornado god powers.
There you go.
Yeah, but you don't get the god. I want to see cool shit.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I can't get to the Titans
Gives
fast
you the
enough.
heroes from the campaign. Gives you several random god powers. It's a problem.
Oh, look here. Look. I have a bunch of goats anyways.
There's one that gives you a flying purple.
Finito.
Oh, I remember that one.
It's Wub Woo.
Again.
But volume 2 was Taper.
New idea.
So I'm gonna guess. It's like, it might be a setting to have cheats on. Hold on, let me see if there's a stupid player option. Shoot. It was just Wovwoo, right?
Yeah.
I wonder.
No capital.
Boo! The cheats aren't working.
Oh, to activate these cheat codes, press enter, type in the code, and then press enter again to activate it.
Yeah, that's what I did.
Must be all caps.
Oh.
There he is. Does he have a top hat on?
He does!
Oh my gosh, I love him.
Why did they decide to switch him from a hippo to a tapir?
Because, let's face it, tapers are better, but
You're not wrong.
he's pretty awesome.
So I'm curious if he attacks. Oh,
He sends love.
so let me go scout. Let me go to my enemy's base unless he can kill anything. I wish he made noises. I guess he was flapping.
Gold.
I think we're getting close. Oh, here we go.
He just sends them love.
Oh, is he even? Oh, it's doing damage. Is this a hero? Oh, this is a hero. That's why it's taking longer.
Killed with hippo love.
Let's see how long it takes him to destroy a building. Oh, that's gonna be a while.
Well, I mean, it's hearts.
Hearts only do so much damage. I can't see. But yeah, so this game is amazing as a turns
Yeah, I
out.
want to play that. This would be fun to do. Like, yeah, if we both played.
Yeah. Yeah, I completely agree. And I'm just happy to get the UI. That's cool.
I'm gonna have to get this.
Yeah, it's super good. It's super good. Neat. Well, thanks, gang. It's almost 1 o'clock, so we're gonna close it out today. Thanks for tuning in. Oh, what were you looking for? Oh, there you go. Thanks for tuning in again, and apologies for the Blur Vision 9000. We're working on getting the
camera?
slightly focused version, which is an improvement from 10 years ago.
Yes.
But yeah, thanks for tuning in. So we'll be here again next week at 12. Oh God, excuse me.
Twitch Tuesdays at 12.
Twitch Tuesdays at noon. No, not
That
that.
doesn't work.
No, but we'll be here Twitch Tuesdays at 12. And until then, let us know if you want us to play any games specifically, or what else you want to hear from us. Again, we can't talk about any of the games we're working on. Believe me, we want to talk about that too.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Soon.
So it'll come up for sure. But yeah, that's it for this week. So thanks for tuning in.
I'm gonna.
Oh, we don't like that sign.
Sorry,
Okay,
guys.
I'll work on that.
I'm sorry you had to witness that.
Goodbye, everyone.
Oh, what do I press?
Far right.
This?
Mhm.
Alright, bye.